sharing my screen. Islam. So let's start from beginning. I will delete this project and I will create another project. So let's see how the things are happening. Okay. So just deleting it. So how to create the project? Create new Java project, file new Java project. I will give like 2 days. We are planning for condition check, conditional statement. Okay, then creating a new package. Package. Small letters. I use always small letters for package. So it's a naming convention for package. We'll discuss it later. Now let's create one class. Now public static void main in args. And we need a brackets. Just writing sysal. Right. So just one statement. How to run it? Run it. Right. So it's working. So we need to proceed with yesterday one. What we did, we try to create a variables in data types, right? So I just, for example, we take a and 10 and b is equal to 20, then int c is equal to a plus b, right? So then we return this out. So value of a is just I'm printing a. It means what? I am printing the string as well as I am printing the value. If you want the say how, right? The total of a plus b, just I'm printing c. Okay, just this one is a simple thing which we discussed till yesterday, right? So we are having string and we are having value also, right? So I'm just running it. Right? Till now, we don't have any questions, right? So we are sure. Now let's proceed with next step. Boolean. Boolean is the smallest data type, but it's the most powerful data type. Without this, even you cannot expect anything to be done, right? So all the programs, everything will be done by using this Boolean data type only. Okay, so just let me write it. Boolean A. It will not accept any number. It will accept only true or false. Okay, true, right, or false. Only two statements. You cannot give like I will give one. It will not accept. It's an error. But when you are coming to C language, C they added something different. They will be having any positive is true, any negative is false. Right? You know about it, right? But here they restricted that. They removed it. They will accept only Boolean. Boolean is a separate data type they created for Java. So it will accept true or false. What is the meaning of true or false? Right? I will tell you, are you a female? No, right? So there are few conditions based on the statement. It will be true or false only. Always 99%. By clubbing this condition, you can do a lot of things. Let me take one example. For example, you want for example, government job criteria, right? So for BC, they will be having different condition. For OC, they will be having different condition and age is different, right? So for OC, what the age limit? You need to start from 18 to 25. 25. 18 to 25, you are eligible. I'm not sure about the exact number. Just think like assumption, okay? So 18 to 25, you are eligible for applying a job, right? So I need to check the condition. If you are OC, true or false. If you are OC, true, right? Then your age is between 18 to 25, true. These two are true only, then you are eligible. right? For BC, if your BC is equal to true, then the your age limit will change, right? Even you can apply for 16 years, I think, or 18 to 35, something. They will increase the age, right? So based on that condition, only those true, you will be eligible, right? These things are all happening because of Boolean only. Even for example, if you are going for pass or fail, right? So student is pass when he is having more than 35 marks in each subject, right? Greater than 35, pass. Less than 35, fail, right? So everything based on true or false only. So any condition if you are taking, it will be based on true or false, right? If you are getting job, you need to clear the interview, right? Interview success, true. Then only you will get job. Interview fail, false. For example, BTech is important. If BTech engineering is true and then interview is true, then both is true only you will pass. If you're not having engineering degree, even it's a true, both are false, right? So based on this true false condition, the complete world is running. Complete world. You take any example, everything is a true or false. For example, if I want to switch on this fan, I need a true. Switch should be true to run this fan, right? And power should be true, right? Even if you're switching on, power is not there, what will happen? It will false. You cannot able to run the fan, right? All the things throughout the world, right? So everything will be running on true or false. So please concentrate on this particular data type because it's a completely have a business logic control. Okay. So now I'm writing a true, right? So let me write some examples here, right? So there are few separate operators for this. Okay. Called logical operators, right? So now what we'll do is like greater than. You know about greater than, right? What is the meaning of greater than? Big and small when your comparison, less than, small and greater than or equal to, right? Greater than or equal to. It's two condition, not one condition. It should be, for example, pass mark should be greater than or equal to 35, right? Even if it's 35 is pass, greater than also is pass. So these two conditions. Similarly, less than or equal to, right? Then not equal to, right? Not is an exclamatory mark here. Anywhere, if you're writing not less than, not greater than, you can add like that. Okay. So another thing is double equal to. What is this double equal to? This is for comparison. Both are equal or not. Why I cannot use single equal to? Because there are two things here. This equal to is different. This equal to is for assignment, placing the value inside the variable, and double equal to is for comparison. Both are same or not. Okay. These are the operators to comparison operators. Okay. First one is greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, double equal to. Okay. Double equal to is very important because it will create a lot of confusion in future. You will see it. Okay. So, but these are the comparison operators. It will always give Boolean. Remember, these values will give always Boolean. It will not give 10, 20, 30. No, it will give always true or false. These operators will give always true or false. Let's see. I will take one example. Okay. So now I will say like I will take int marks. Okay. I will write a 50. Right. Int pass marks. See how I'm creating variable. Now I'm not creating A, B. I'm using the variable names so that you can understand what is the purpose of that variable. If I'm saying A int A is equal to 35, you will not understand. But if I'm writing int marks is equal to 35, at least you can relate what is the purpose of it. Here pass marks means 35, right? So now he's passed or not. So I will use Boolean. Passed. See how I'm writing equal to is assignment operator. Then I will write in brackets marks greater than or equal to pass marks. Right? What is the value of is pass? Hmm? 35? False or true only. Greater than or equal to any relational operator, any comparison operator will give you only true or false. I am saying marks. What is the marks here? 50.
50.
Right? Greater than or equal to 35.
35.
It means what? True or false only.
True.
Right? So now it's a true. Let me print it. Now let me run it. When I'm running it, right? So Boolean always it will give true or false only. And conditional statements, condition greater than, less than, this will always give true or false only. Okay, now let's do something else. Okay, so now, as I said, age, right? For example, Boolean is BC, right? Is true. What is the meaning of it? This particular guy is BC, right? So if he is BC, eligible, B non-BC not eligible. If I want to write, how I can write? I can write, let me add a multiple condition later. As of now, we will go with simple things only. Okay, now I want to compare int A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, right? Two variables are there. Okay, so now I write Boolean is equal, right? I'm writing A double equal to B. What is the value of equal? Understood? What is the value of equal? False. Why? Because A is 10, B is 20, right? So the value of, it's not equal, right? So my age and your age is equal. No, why? I'm greater than, right? So similarly here, if I'm comparing A, B, it's not equal. So if I'm writing not equal, true, it will become true. A is not equal to B. So it will become true. For example, if I'm writing A is greater than B, careful.
False,
Don't get
false.
confused. Don't get confused. See, if I'm saying, I'm not saying you're wrong, right? I just want you to check it again. Okay. So it's false. So A is big, B is small, but I'm saying A is greater than B. No. So what if I'm writing not? For example, in this case,
True.
true, right? So always Boolean will accept true or false only. It will not accept anything. Okay. So now let's make it little more complex. Okay. Till now you understand what is greater than, what is less than, what is greater than or equal to, what is less than or equal to, right? So what is double equal to? So now let's make it little more complex by and. So what is the meaning of and? See, when you are having 5 subjects, right? So you fail in one subject and remaining 4 you passed. Are you passed? Result is passed or failed? Why? Yeah. So here you need to club all the conditions. You cannot say, for example, like the Ramanujam, right? He passed in maths, all the other subjects he failed. Because of that, he couldn't able to travel, right? So even 100 to 100 in maths, but other subjects failed. So he cannot travel, right? So he will not pass. So in what, even in a single subject, if you are failing, everything is failed, right? So in that, you need to add end condition. If everything is passed, end, then he is passed. Otherwise, he is a fail. Okay. So in this case, let's try this with end, and another condition is called or. Okay. So what is the meaning of or? Either one. Okay. Either one is true. For example, let's go with. We'll see. Okay. So you want to purchase one chocolate, which is price is 5 rupees. You are having 5 rupees and 10 rupees coins. Can use both or any. Any one is enough, right? So if you are having 5 rupees also, you can purchase. If you are having 10 rupees also, you can purchase. So here we will get R condition. R means any one of the condition is true, you will get a true, right? So these things with R. Okay. So and R. Let's try with one example. Okay, I will take two subjects. Consider like we are having 2 subjects. Int M1 is equal to 45 into M2. These are 2 marks. Okay. Consider like you are having 80, right? 2 subjects are there. Okay. So pass marks is, I'm just shortcutting it. Okay. 35. Okay. Now this student is passed or failed. How I can write? Boolean result, right? Here what I will do, I will write a bracket. M1 is greater than 35, greater than or equal to 35, and M2, sorry, let me write a PM, pass marks, okay? M2 is greater than or equal to 35 pass marks. Is passed or failed? Pass. Why? Because in both the subjects, he got more than 35 marks. So he's passed. So what if I'm reducing one subject marks? Now, why? In one subject, he got failed. When I'm writing end condition, what will happen? He will fail. Because both the subjects he need to pass, then only he's pass. Otherwise, fail, right? So what if I'm writing here R? So he'll pass. This is the wrong condition. But if I'm writing R, what will happen? Any 10 subjects are there. One subject is passed, everything is passed. So it's wrong condition, right? R make everything pass. So now let's discuss about one table. Okay, let's see how many people are aware of the table. Okay, so I'm just adding comments. So you know, true and true. If both are true, true and true, what will happen? True, very good. So instead of and, I will add like this. Okay. True and false.
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 Very good. False and true.
False.
False.
False and false.
True.
False.
Hey,
True.
True. True.
true, huh?
True. Yes, sir.
True, huh?
Yes.
False. False and false is false. Now let's go with another table. Who is the true guy?
Hmm.
Okay. See, I'm not expecting quick answer. I'm expecting right answer. Take some time and answer. Okay. So now, true or true?
True.
Right.
True.
True or false?
True.
True.
True or false or true?
True.
True. False or false?
False.
False. Who said true? This MBA guy is always like this only. Okay. So now, true or true? True. So here, simple bundle logic bolte ne. So what is the logic is in end, if any false is false. If you're having end, any false is false. If you're having R, any true is true. Understood, right? So in this case, any one is false, it will become false. In this case, any true will become true. Okay, so easy, you can identify, right? 10 items are there. If R is there, one is coming as a true, everyone will become true. Right? So, but false, end condition, if anyone is coming as, now let's try to do mixture, how it will work. Okay. Now let me write. If someone is answering, let's see how they will answer. Okay, true. What is the value of it? How?
True.
Okay, now let's try. No?
True. False. False. True.
Hey, why you're silent? Tell me, what is the value of it?
True.
True or false?
True. True. False.
Really, why become changes? See here also board mass rule will come. What is the board mass rules? You need to give something priority. Bracket will take high priority. After that, end will take priority. You cannot use line के साथ नहीं जा सकते. First the priority is end. Okay. First, whatever is end, you need to calculate it. Then, for example, here in this case, true and false. False. This one. Now it's false. Now true or false you need to consider. Right? So if I'm writing a bracket, it will completely change. Here. So what is the value now? First, you need to consider bracket inside the brackets. What is inside bracket? True or true? True. Then true and false will become false. So base first brackets need to be completed, then you need to come out. Okay. Priority should be for end. End is first. If I'm not adding any condition, if I'm not adding any brackets, so end will take the precedence. End will take precedence. It will take precedence and then it will run. And then inside the bracket, you need to club all the brackets one and then you need to club together. Okay. So now you understand what is this, right? So first is what is Boolean? Boolean will accept only true or false.
True or false.
Right, then what we did, like Boolean, what we did is like we took some examples, like we took the operators. What are the operators we took? Double equal to, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, right? So not equal to, not is the symbol where it will convert true to false, false to true. For example, if I am writing not true, right, it will become what? False. Not true means what? False. Not false means true. This not will reverse the complete condition. Negations, we'll call it as negations in math language. So negation means false is true, true or false. So not it will reverse the logic. Okay, we'll use it some places. I will tell you where we are using it. So any questions still here? We can proceed with further logic, right? If you have any questions, let me know till here.
No, sir.
Only few sounds are coming. I want everyone participation, right? So communication is more important than Java. That's what I'm keep on repeating. Communication is more important than Java, right? So first you need to get inside the job, right? Then you can perform your job. So first thing is like communication. They will in interview, they will primarily concentrate on communication, right? So recently I'm going to tell you one story, like we got interview. So like almost 20 people we selected. So when I discussed with my senior who took interview with me, he's saying like he's good in Java, but his communication is not good. So he cannot able to convey any message to his senior or any team member. I don't think we can take him, even though he's performing good, right? He's writing a code, blah blah. Everything is doing well, but the problem with him is like he cannot able to speak, communicate, right? But I requested them like see his communication is okay, so we can manage. He's able to write complete code. I convinced him, but actually, if I am not there, they might have rejected him. Why? Right? So he cannot able to convey. So how you speak with manager? How you speak with clients? Right? So that's the big challenge. If someone is asking you to do something, you need to understand it first to type code, right? So try to do communication. Okay, so speak. Forget about grammar. No one going to blame you for grammar. Okay, so even if you are speaking with foreigners or other stuff, don't worry, right? They will ask you to speak slowly. They will not ask you to correct your English because they cannot able to understand our English, right? They will ask you to speak slowly. But main thing is communication. Okay. So another important aspect of communication is not only English or something. So you should know each other. You should be able to speak with anyone. Don't be too formal. In our IT industry, it's not like you need to be formal, like Ako may come, sir. Right? So don't ask that. Okay. So come freely, speak freely, and be truthful, but don't be too polite. Understand what I'm saying? In government jobs, what will happen? You need to hold your hands, you need to respect the seniors, sir. So we also respect, but the way we are respecting is different from those things. We will not call everyone sir, right? So directly, if your CEO also coming, you can say, you can shake hand directly. You don't need to call him sir, right? So don't fear. Everyone is equal. Even a CEO is an employee. You are also employee. He's not your boss. Different is boss is like he's paying you salary, right? So they are not going to pay you salary. Actually, company is paying you, directors, right? Everyone, till director or every place, all are same. You should have your brain. But based on their knowledge, you will be respecting them. Based on their role, you will be respecting him. But it's not like a sir, right? So it's only a role difference. No one is senior, no one is junior. If someone is doing mistake, you can directly speak with them politely. Okay. So IT is very beautiful industry. That's why I like it because there is no boss. Right? If you are not doing work, that's a different story. They will be having negotiation. Worst case, they will happen is like they will say like you are not doing good job. They will not scold you. They are not supposed to scold. They are not supposed to use bad words in IT. Right? So you might have seen a recent thing like one person in IT industry. He's scolding like you don't know the stupid things. He used that stupid word, right? Even though he's a CEO, they removed him because we should respect each other, right? So even you're doing if you're not doing job, you can leave, but you should not disrespect anyone. So that's the advantage. So feel free, feel comfortable. Everyone is in equal in IT industry. Everyone, director or cleaner, right? Cleaner also will not say sir, sir, sir. No, right? So everyone is equal, but salaries are different. That is a different story. So, but everyone is equal. Okay. So make sure that you are speaking in English and not too much polite. Don't think like I'm very senior. As a teacher, you can respect. That's a different story. But I'm not, sir, 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 may I come, sir. Right? Don't say that. Be free like a friend. Okay. So any questions you can ask. Even it's a wrong question, right? So I don't mind. Please ask questions. Okay. So now let's proceed. I'm coming here. Now we know about these operators, right? Now let's make it little readable. Okay. Now there are one thing. Just we are using Boolean operator, true or false, right? Is result true or false? We'll say no. We'll say pass or fail, right? So we're not going to use like true. Are you pass? True. It's while, right? So what is your result? Then what you'll say? Huh? True, false, huh? Pass. Actually, you need to say pass. So you need to write some condition. For example, are you eligible? True. You can say, are you selected? Yes or no. Right? Are you selected? True. True will not be used. Based on the conditions, you need to check. So what we need to do that? So we are having something called statements, conditional statements. These are if. This is called simple if. One thing is called simple if. It's a simple if. Are you a boy? Yes. Simple if. I'm asking one question, I'm expecting one answer. Right? Are you a Java student? Right? Are you from Nellore? So simple condition. This is simple. One condition, one statement will be there. You'll get a true or false, nothing. Let me write one. So if condition syntax is if it will accept Boolean. If brackets, Boolean. If true, it will come inside. If not true, it will not go inside. For example, in this case, int marks, we'll take marks only. Okay. 45 int pass marks 35. Right? If Boolean is M1 greater than pass marks. right? It's a simple if statement. If true, it will come inside. If true, not true, it will not go inside. So what if I'm running this? What will happen? Past, right? So what will happen in this case is if it is this part is true, it will come inside these brackets. If this part is not true, it will not go inside this. For example, if I'm failing him, right? So I will make 5 marks. In this case, what will get printed? Nothing will get printed because it's not coming inside, right? So it will just skip it. Nothing will get printed. Empty. Why? It is not coming inside because it's a false. If it is false, bracket will not go inside. It will just skip that particular part. Okay. So if I want to make him pass, what I need to do? I need to add more than 35 marks. And then I'm running. You can see like fast. Right? So this is called simple if statement. Nothing. True, it will come inside. Not true, it will not go inside. So just skip it. So what if I want to print fail also? There is another thing called if else statement. In this case, if true, go inside. If false, go else part, next part. Okay. So how it is, I will write in this case, right? Else bracket. I'll write this out. Failed. Right? First one is past fail. Now let me fail him. Right? In this case, if it will not go inside, where it will go? Else. If I'm saying like if you are from Nellore, you say yes or no. Right? So if I'm saying if you are from Godur,
No.
no. Right? No also condition should be there. So simple if statement also we'll use. I will tell you when we'll use simple if and when we'll use if else. There is a multiple conditions. Now here in this case, when I'm running it, so what will happen? If this will become false, it will go here. If it is a true, it will go here. Okay, this is called if else statement. Okay, now let me run it. Fail. Right? So simple if else. Now here I'm going to add one more different kind. Okay, so you can see when I'm running, it's running within a second, right? But within milliseconds you are running. So what if I want to see how the step by step how it is running? It's called debugging. Yeah, what they say? Debugging. This is a small code. You can very minimalistic. You can see and you can identify. What if I want to run in a debug? Means one by how the flow is running. If you're running hundreds of conditions, right? You cannot predict it how the step by step it's going. So how you can do that? There is a mechanism in each IDE which will help you to make the flow slowly. You can go step by step by step by step. So in future also you can use, but how the flow is happening? What you need to do is, in this case, first line is there. Wherever you want to stop and go slowly, you can double click that number. Here 13 is the line number where we are starting, right? Just double click. You can see one blue dot is getting created. So, right, blue dot. It's called breakpoint. So run before that. How much fast you want to run, but stop there. When I'm telling only, you need to proceed. Stop at what line? Line number 30. So after double clicking it, when you're running the application, right? Instead of run as, you can see debug as. Don't use run as. Use debug as. So I'm clicking debug as, and then I'm running. So within a minute, you can see some box will come. I'm just clicking switch. So now one green line is coming and waiting for you. So procedure is not happening, it braked. So now I can control the flow. How I can do is, I can use shortcut of F6 in my laptop. If I'm using F6, you can see what will happen, right? So F6 button. So now you can see in right side, right? So I'm seeing some variable. What is the value of M1? 5, right? Even it's changing, I can track it. What is the values are getting changed? Okay. So PM not yet came because M1 we crossed, we know the value of M1, right? So again, I'm clicking F6. Now, what is the value of pass marks? 35, right? So now this condition is getting failed or pass? Failed, right? But I'm not sure what is happening, right? So function F6. It went to Wells, right? Flow, I can see now. I can control the flow now. To proceed further or to go back, right? So now function, you can see like it's not yet printed. I'm going to next line, it will get printed. Sorry, I clicked wrong button. Of F6, I click F5. Okay, F6. Oh, now let me run it. So you can see failed. Right? Now again, I'm running, right click, instead of run as, then reels, debug as, then Java application. Then it will stop here, right? So then I can use F6. F6. Now value is changed, fade, come out. Right? Came out of the project completed. This is simple project, you can see. Like what if you are having complex, you need to go step by step. It's called debugging. Debug का तो क्या बोला? What is the meaning of bug?
Error.
Error.
It's error.
कीड़े को बोलते हैं. Insect is called bug, right? So your code is having some problem. Then you need to identify that bug. You need to search that bug. How you can do? Line by line by line by line. If you are going, you can identify where is the bug. For example, in this case, instead of less than I might have given wrong logic. I might have given less than logic, right? So now I know that he's failed, but he's getting passed, right? So how you know? I can debug it. I can identify where the problem is coming. It's supposed to go in else condition, but it's going to if condition. What is the meaning of it? This one is true. This should not be true, right? I'm able to identify where the problem is. This one is simple. If you consider like you're having 500 lines of code, how you do, right? So it's very difficult. You will shock. So when you're running it, you can see like which line it is getting stopped, where it is going inside, where it is coming outside. So those all things you can track by using debugging. Okay. So just try to play with your code. If you're writing a 3 or 4 lines of code, debugging how the things are going. Just you need to run in debug mode. You need to put double click to add the breakpoint, and then you can see F6, 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 F6. You can move further. Okay. So now I'm jumping back to our logic. So I want to go to normal screen. You can see now it's not debug, right? So how you can change it? Here you can see the buttons, right? Here you need to select your Java perspective. Then only it will come. Otherwise, it will be in debug screen always, right? So it will make you complex. So you need to come to your previous screen, right? So just click this button. Small buttons are there in right side, right? Again, if you want to go debug, I can click this one. If I want to go to Java, I can click this one, right? So now I'm not having debug buttons. If I want to see the debug, I need to click this one. Got it? Understood, right? Screens are getting changed. So debug mode is different. This mode is different. Okay. So any questions still here? So debugging will help you to run the code line by line, and you can see the conditions flow. It will not normally even 1 crore lines. It will run in a second, right? Computer is capable of doing 1 crore lines within a second, right? So, but we are not that much faster, right? We are the people who are writing a logic. So when to identify exactly where what is happening, we need to go in debug mode. This debug mode will help us to identify where the flow is happening, how the flow is happening. What is the meaning of debug? Identify the bugs in our code. Okay, searching bugs in our code. How we can do by using debug. So now let's jump to conditional statement again. We are having if and else, right? So if and else will help you to track one by one. So now let's see another level. If, else, if ladder. What is the meaning of it? Means always you will not be having two conditions. You will be having multiple conditions. For example, let's take one example. Okay. So when one person will become distinction, distinction Gabada, one student, when he's having more than, when the student will
90%.
become distinction? More than?
90%.
55%.
75%.
More than? More than?
65%.
65% is the distinction. Who said that? More
70.
than 70 or 75? There are two things. So in
More
our
than
case,
70.
it's a 75,
70.
right? We'll consider it as 75. Okay. So when he will become first class?
60.
60,
60%.
right? Greater than 60. When he will become second class? Greater
Even
than 50. When he will become third class? Anywhere, 50 to 35, right? Third class, right? So now, what if I want to write that condition? Let's only take percentage. Right? This is 57. I will write a condition if percentage greater than or equal to 75 is out. Is a distinction student, right? Distinction. Now, else I cannot write else. I'm having other conditions also. First class, second class, third class, fourth class, right? So how we can do that? I need to write another else if condition. I need to write another condition. Right? Second class. First class. Right? So again, else if percentage greater than 50 is how? Oh, sorry, second class. Else, I'm not adding anything now. It's a final line. Right? I don't need to continue if else. Last one is out. Here spelling is wrong. Else. Right now, this is called else if ladder. Else if last else. We are closing it. So it's called else if ladder. So here you will be having multiple conditions, right? If A is pass, then okay, first class, second class, third class, fourth class, all those things will come. This is called else if ladder. Okay. So in this case, we'll be having a lot of conditions. Continuously, it will be happening. You'll be having multiple conditions, right? So this one is one example. So any questions still here?
Question. It can go much larger, like else
Yes.
more two statements or three
So
more
another
statements.
thing is there, we are having one thing called switch statement, which we are not going to discuss. I want you to practice it because most of the cases we will not use the switch statement. So we'll completely use on if else conditions only. There is another thing called switch statement, but I want you to read about it. I'm not going to tell you about switch statement. Okay. So there you can have, that is a little beautiful way when compared to this, but I would prefer to go with if else conditions because here we will be having like debugging will be easy and other stuff. Normally 90% will use the if else condition only. Any questions still here? So is it understandable or you want me to go slow or speed? Let me know. Okay. So any questions still here? I wanted to practice still here. We are having another thing which you should tell now itself or Let's wait for it. Okay. I don't want you to burden you. Okay. So just try to do till whatever we are doing now. So first one is simple if. Simple if is nothing but it will just get inside. If false, it will not come inside. It will just skip it. Okay. So second one is if else. If else. If else is like you will be having both conditions. If it true, it will go to first line. Else it will go to else part. Okay. If and else. So third one is else if else ladder. So there you will be having inside. You can go complete inside conditions, right? So you can go till you are reaching final level. So after that, there is no level, you can just write else. So alternative is switch statement. Switch statement also very easy if you are saying, but I want you to try further. Okay. So tomorrow, try to practice on few programs, 5 or 6 programs by using this. Make comfortable, right? So first time when you are writing, so you can see when students are practicing, right? क्या बोलते हैं मश करना చిన్న పిల్లలు right? Like practice. Starting, they will find a lot of difficulties. After a few days, right? So I want you to practice. You should be comfortable with the Eclipse or any ID, right? So when you're typing, with your typing skills, I will understand you are a good programmer or not, right? Just open Eclipse or right-click project creation. Then you see when I'm typing, I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking to write any code, right? If I'm just analyzing something and I'm just typing. How? Because I'm practicing. Daily, my work is with Eclipse only, right? I will not think of writing any code. If you are giving me some logic, I'll just think and I will write. Why? Because of practicing, not because of reading or something. Right? Cycle is something. If you're running cycle, right? So to learn cycle, bicycle, right? What you will do? Right? Starting, how much struggle you will face? Definitely, you need to fall 2 or 3 times. Yes or no? Once you are comfortable, you can ride a bike. Yes or no? Right? Once you are good in bike, you can ride a vehicle, big vehicles. Right? So what I suggest is starting will be difficult. If you are not practicing, you are just reading a theory like you need to balance, you need to balance, you need to balance. Whole life you are writing, then you cannot able to learn the balance. Can you? You need to sit on bicycle only, then only you can start balancing. Right? It's come by your body itself will understand how the balance can happen. Right? So here also, when you are practicing only, you will understand. If you are missing today's practice, tomorrow class will be difficult for you because we are going to go a little more deeper. Right? So I would suggest try to practice today as much as you can. Okay, spend 3-4 hours. Don't go further also. So when I'm telling the topic, don't be try to do the homework which is next. Right? Next topics, don't do that. So even you are very fast, you're doing very good. Don't practice next classes. For example, you are having for loop, right? Don't practice it. Only the things which I'm telling, practice that one only. Okay. So slowly, once you are reaching in one level, I will free you. You can try whatever experiment you want. But initial stages, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, don't do any experiments. Just practice whatever I am saying. Feel comfortable. Okay. So less than what is this, then what is greater than, how I can use AND, how I can use OR, how I can club these two. Right? And OR, how I can club these two. What are the ways I can write, how many ways I can write conditions. Take some real example, which I told, right? So one of the example is eligibility. If I'm having BC, I can have more age range. Like it will become eligible true. Just print eligible true. If I'm not OC, I'm not eligible. Make it false. Right? The conditions like that. Whatever you are having condition, try to play with it. Okay. So are we good? I'll just stop recording now. So we'll have